It was 3 weeks before my wedding, and my fiancée, Jessica, sat across from me in our favorite coffee shop, fidgeting with the engagement ring I'd given her. Then, she looked me in the eye and said, "I'm canceling the wedding. I'm in love with the wedding planner." That single sentence detonated my entire world, setting off a chain of events that would become the most unbelievable story of betrayal and unexpected vindication I've ever lived. I'm Brett, 36, and Jessica, 32, and I had been together for 4 years, engaged for the last 14 months. We were planning the wedding of our dreams, and about 8 months ago, we hired this upscale company, Prestige Event Planning. It cost us a hefty $12,000 for full-service coordination. Our wedding planner, Nolan, 29, was a charismatic, smooth-talking guy, always sharply dressed, incredibly connected in the industry. He had that perfect, "I'll make your dreams come true," pitch down cold, and Jessica was completely captivated by him from day one. Looking back, the signs were there, staring me right in the face. The private vision meetings I wasn't invited to. The late-night text Jessica would get about centerpiece emergencies. The way her face would just light up every single time Nolan called. But I trusted her. Why wouldn't I? We were planning our future together, our wedding. I brushed it all off as part of the chaotic process. Last Monday, Jessica asked to meet. Her hands trembled as she fidgeted with her ring. Then she finally dropped the bomb. "Brett, I need to tell you something. I'm canceling the wedding." My coffee cup, halfway to my mouth, froze in midair. What? Why? What's wrong? My mind raced through 1,000 possibilities. Cold feet? Stress? But the words that followed hit me like a physical blow. I'm in love with Nolan. Just like that. 4 years of our life gone. No build-up. No, we need to talk about us. Just a blunt declaration of love for the man we were paying to orchestrate our biggest day. I managed to ask how long. Her reply? 2 months. We didn't mean for it to happen. It just did. 2 months. While I was taste testing cakes and carefully picking out groomsmen gifts, she was falling for him. My heart sank, realizing the depth of the betrayal. "So you've been—" I started, but she cut me off, yes. At least she didn't lie about that part, I thought. I just sat there, the world spinning, for what felt like an eternity, but was probably only 30 seconds. My mind was reeling, but a strange calm settled over me. "I understand," I heard myself say. She blinked, surprised. You do?" she stammered. "Yeah, these things happen. I'll handle canceling everything." A visible wave of relief washed over her. "Oh, thank God. I was so worried you'd make a scene. Can we still be friends?" I just nodded. "Sure, Jessica. Whatever you need." She left after some awkward pleasantries about dividing our stuff, probably eager to run to Nolan. I stayed for another 10 minutes, then pulled out my phone. First call, my buddy Greg, a lawyer. "Need you on standby, Greg. Might have some contract issues coming up." Second call, Nolan's company, Prestige Event Planning. "Hi, this is Brett Morrison. I need to speak with Mr. Castellano, the owner. It's urgent regarding Nolan Thatcher. Update 1. The professional consequences hit Mr. Castellano within an hour. Turns out Prestige Event Planning had an incredibly strict policy about employees fraternizing with clients. It was in their contracts, their employee handbook, everywhere. They've been burned before. "Mr. Morrison, what exactly are you telling me?" he asked, his voice tightening. "Nolan has been having an affair with my fiancée, Jessica, for 2 months. She just ended our engagement to be with him. I have texts, emails, and I'm happy to provide her confession if needed." 10 seconds of dead silence. It was delicious. "Mr. Morrison, I am deeply sorry. This is unacceptable. We'll investigate immediately. I made it clear, I'm not looking for a refund. I just thought you should know what kind of person is representing your company." That was Monday afternoon. By Tuesday morning, Nolan was done. Castellano called me personally. "Mr. Morrison, we've terminated Nolan effective immediately. We also discovered he was using company resources for personal meetings with your fiancée. Not only that, but they were refunding my entire 12,000 PAYMENT, PLUSASETTLM, and TTOAVOIDNY Legalation 12,000 payment plus a settlement of what in a legal action. 18,000 would be acceptable, he asked. 18,000 or 12,000 back plus 6,000 extra. That's very generous, Mr. Castellano. It's damage control, Mr. Morrison. We can't have this getting out. There will be an NDA, of course. Of course. But here's the thing about NDAs. They only cover my interactions with the company. They don't cover what Jessica told me, or what I might share about my personal experience with my now ex-fiancée. Tuesday evening, I started canceling everything. The venue, surprisingly understanding, refunded half our deposit. The caterer kept theirs, but it was only $2,000. My photographer, a college friend, refunded everything. Then I did something a little petty, a little satisfying. I posted on social media. Wedding's off. Jessica fell in love with someone else. These things happen. Anyone need a DJ for December 15th? Already paid for. I didn't name Nolan. I didn't have to. Jessica's friends knew exactly who the wedding planner was. By the way, if you're still with me, make sure to hit subscribe. More unbelievable stories are coming. And let me tell you, it only gets crazier from here. Update 2. The entitlement began Wednesday night. Jessica called me, crying. Brett, what did you do? Nolan got fired. I didn't do anything. I reply, my voice calm. I just informed his employer that he was sleeping with a client. You vindictive bastard. He said you understood. I do understand, Jess. I understand that he violated his professional ethics and his employment contract. Natural consequences. He's going to lose everything. His apartment, his car, they were all tied to his job. She then tried to pull the pity card. I'm a person, not just a client. To him, you were both, I said, and that's why he got fired. She hung up on me. Thursday morning, 7 a.m., someone was pounding on my door. It was Jessica with her sister Meredith. Meredith immediately launched into a tirade. You need to call that company and fix this. Tell them you were mistaken. Morning to you too, Meredith, I said, trying to keep my composure. No, I will not. You destroyed Nolan's career over jealousy, she shrieked. I reported an ethics violation. His company made their own decision. Jessica jumped in, her voice pleading. Brett, please. He's talking about suing you for defamation. I actually laughed. For what? Telling the truth? Good luck with that. I have your confession text between you two, and a recording of our coffee shop conversation. You recorded me? She gasped. One-party consent state. Jess. Completely legal. Meredith tried a different angle. What about the deposits, the wedding costs? Jessica says you're keeping everything. I'm canceling everything and eating the losses, except for what I can get refunded, which goes to me since I paid for it all. That's financial abuse, she yelled. No, I said, my voice hardening. That's me not paying for Jessica's wedding to another man. They left after more shouting, but this was just the beginning. Update 3. The 3 a.m. visit. Friday was quiet. Too quiet. I should have known something was coming. Saturday, 3:07 a.m. Bang, bang, bang on my door. I checked my doorbell cam. It was Jessica and Nolan. I spoke through the speaker. Go away, or I'm calling the police. Nolan started yelling. Open this door. We need to talk man to man. We have nothing to discuss. Leave. You cost me everything. My job, my reputation, everything, he shouted. You cost yourself everything when you slept with a client. Jessica chimed in, Brett, please just hear us out. Nolan has a proposition. Against my better judgment, I opened the door, but kept the chain on. Nolan looked rough, unshaven, wrinkled clothes. A far cry from the polished professional I'd hired. 5 minutes, I said. Nolan pulled out his phone. I have emails here. Emails where you talked about Jessica, private things, intimate things you shared with me about your relationship problems. I stared at him, my blood running cold. Are you trying to blackmail me? I'm trying to make a deal, he sneered. You call Castellano, say it was a misunderstanding, and these emails stay private. Those emails were sent in confidence to our wedding planner about our relationship. You're seriously threatening to violate client confidentiality to blackmail me? Jessica grabbed his arm. Nolan, maybe this isn't... Shut up, Jess, he snapped. This is your fault, too. Interesting. Trouble in paradise already. I pulled out my own phone. I'm recording this interaction. You just attempted to blackmail me using confidential client information. Would you like to continue? His face went white. It's a one-party consent state, remember? I consent to recording myself now. Get off my property before I call the police. Jessica started crying. Brett, please don't call the cops. Nolan's already lost everything. Then he should stop trying to commit crimes. Leave now. They left, but not before Nolan punched my door frame hard. I got that on camera too. Update 4. Be unraveling. Sunday afternoon. I got a call from Greg, my lawyer friend. Dude, did you piss off a wedding planner? I just got the weirdest threatening email. Nolan had sent emails to my employer, my parents, and several friends, trying to share proof that I was an abusive partner who sabotaged true love. The emails included screenshots of me venting about normal relationship frustrations, completely taken out of context. Complaints about wedding stress, some creative fiction about me being controlling. The problem was, he sent them from his professional email, which still had his former company signature. And he forgot that those emails also showed his responses, including several where he was clearly flirting with Jessica while pretending to give professional advice. Greg was laughing. This idiot just gave us everything. He's violating client confidentiality, admitting to his affair timeline, and showing professional misconduct. Want me to destroy him? How much would that cost? I asked. For this slam dunk? I'll do it for the entertainment value. Maybe throw me a nice bottle of scotch. Monday morning, Greg sent a cease and desist letter to both Nolan and Jessica. It outlined the blackmail attempt with doorbell camera footage, the violation of client confidentiality, harassment through defamatory emails, and promised to pursue criminal and civil charges if they contacted me or anyone in my life again. But the best part? Greg CC'd Mr. Castellano at Prestige Event Planning. Castellano called me an hour later. Mr. Morrison, I've just seen the letter your attorney sent. I'm appalled. We're pursuing our own legal action against Mr. Thatcher for violation of his NDA and client confidentiality. Would you be willing to cooperate? Absolutely, I said. Turns out Nolan's contract included a clause that he couldn't use client information for any purpose outside of company business for 2 years after termination. The penalty? $50,000. Update 5. The Spiral. Tuesday. Jessica's dad called me. Richard had always been a straight shooter. Brett, what the hell is going on? Jessica's at our house, crying about lawsuits and destroyed lives. I explained everything. The affair, the confession, the blackmail attempt, all of it. A long pause. Jesus Christ. She left you for the wedding planner, and he tried to blackmail you. That's the short version, yeah? And now they're both being sued. Nolan is. Jessica just got a cease and desist. Another pause. Brett, I'm sorry. We raised her better than this. Not your fault, Richard. The hell it isn't. Look, what can I do to make this right? Nothing to make right. Just keep them away from me. Done. And Brett, that money we gave Jessica for the wedding, that was for both of you. I want you to have it. Richard, I can't. It's $15,000. Brett, consider it an apology from the family. I'll handle Jessica. Wednesday morning, I woke up to 52 text messages from an unknown number. Jessica had gotten a burner phone. Please talk to me. Nolan's having a breakdown. He might lose his license. This is all my fault. I made a mistake. Can we meet? That last one was telling. I'll leave Nolan if you drop the charges. I screenshot everything and sent it to Greg. Thursday, another 3 a.m. visit. This time, Jessica just looked terrible. Hadn't slept, hadn't showered. Mascara streaks ran down her face. Brett, please. Just 5 minutes. Jessica, you're violating the cease and desist. I'm calling the police. I don't care. Call them. At least I'll get to say what I need to say. I actually felt a flicker of pity for a second. Then I remembered she'd been sleeping with our wedding planner for 2 months. You have until the police arrive. Nolan's not who I thought he was. He's angry all the time now. Blames me for everything. Says I ruined his life by falling for him. You both ruined your own lives, I stated flatly. I know I messed up. But Brett, what we had is gone. Jessica, you killed it. I want to come home. This isn't your home. It never was. Your name isn't on the lease. 4 years, Brett. Doesn't that mean anything? It meant everything. Past tense. The cops arrived. Jessica went quietly. I declined to press charges, but got a restraining order filed the next morning. Update 6. The finale. It's been 3 weeks since the coffee shop confession. Here's where everyone landed. Nolan was sued by his former company for $50,000 and lost his professional certification for ethics violations. Last I heard, he moved back in with his parents and is working at a restaurant. The sophisticated wedding planner is now a waiter. Also, apparently he's telling people Jessica seduced and ruined him. Real class act. Jessica is living at her parents' house. Richard cut off her financial support and told her to grow up and face consequences. She's working retail now since her part-time influencer career somehow couldn't pay rent. She tried starting a new Instagram about surviving narcissistic abuse, but it got roasted so hard she deleted it within 48 hours. The company, Castellano, sent me a final check for $22,000 total. The extra was to ensure my silence about which company it was. He also blacklisted Nolan from every vendor in the industry. Turns out, wedding planners have their own network, and Nolan is basically radioactive now. Me? I'm doing okay. Not great, not terrible, just okay. I went to therapy for a few sessions to process everything. Took a solo trip to Vegas with some of the wedding refund money. Lost $500 at blackjack, but had a blast. The apartment feels different now. Emptier, but also cleaner somehow. Like I fumigated the place of toxic energy, or whatever Jessica would have called it. My brother summed it up best. She left you for the help and thought you'd just take it. Instead, they both got exactly what they deserved. Each other and nothing else. Final update. One last visit. Yesterday, 6 weeks post-confession, I got one final visit. Not from Jessica or Nolan, but from Nolan's ex-girlfriend, Valentina. "You're Brett, the groom?" she asked. "Ex-groom. But yeah," I replied. "I wanted to thank you." Turns out, Nolan had been gaslighting her for months about why he was coming home late, why he was so secretive about his phone. She suspected something, but he convinced her she was paranoid and controlling. When he got fired and the truth came out, everything clicked. "He'd been cheating on me with your fiancée while planning your wedding. We actually grabbed coffee and compared notes. The overlap was insane. Nights he told her he was with vendors. He was with Jessica. Times Jessica told me she was with her sister. She was with him. Valentina's parting words? They deserve each other. Two cheaters who threw away good relationships for a thrill. Let them live with that. I kept the ring and sold it for $8,000. Took a loss, but worth it for the closure. I haven't started dating yet. I'm still processing. Richard, Jessica's dad, still checks in on me, and we grab a beer once a week. And no, I don't regret anything. They made their choices. I just made sure there were consequences. With the $22,000 from the company, plus $15,000 from Richard, plus $8,000 from the ring, and various other refunds, I actually came out ahead financially. Sometimes, the best revenge isn't elaborate. Sometimes, it's just letting people face the natural consequences of their actions while you refuse to be their safety net. Jessica wanted Nolan so badly, she threw away 4 years. Now she's got him, unemployed, angry, and bitter. Nolan wanted to screw a client so badly he risked his career. Now he's got exactly what he earned. Nothing. As for me, I dodged a bullet. Better to find out now than after the wedding. The universe did me a favor, even if it hurt like hell at the time. This chapter is done. The next one starts now. What do you think about how I handled all of this? Have you ever had to deal with someone trying to blackmail you after a breakup? I really want to hear your thoughts in the comments below.